A King and a Court of Fools by H. Ryan. Written by Larry Enright and read by Larry Enright. Copyright 2011, all rights reserved. The Diversion. Tom taught us that a diversion was something you did to get an enemy to miss what you were really doing. In the Book of Tom, he called it a Huck Finn fake-out, after the kid who once started a fire to draw the bad guys away so he could rescue his friend Jim. The Caswell gang never set any fires, but we got pretty good at faking people out. After all, we'd learned from the best. I liked unrolling toilet paper. I liked seeing how fast I could make it spin, and I especially liked seeing it pile up on the floor by the toilet. I was in the middle of building my teepee tower when I heard screams from downstairs. It was Kate and Mary. Mary was a good screamer, but Kate was the best. She could hit a note so high it felt like someone had bumped you in the funny bone, only inside your brain. I peeked out of the bathroom. Debbie and Sam were running downstairs. With the door open, I could hear more clearly a word within Mary's scream. "Spider!" Debbie was at the doorway to the kitchen. Where? Where? I don't see it." Kate stopped to catch her breath. "It went under there. I think it's in the cabinet." Debbie ran to the sink, her shoes clicking in quick rhythm across the linoleum kitchen floor. Kate wound up and delivered another piercing scream, and Tom came racing out of the dining room, unseen and unheard, through the living room, past the kitchen where Sam blocked the doorway, and up the stairs with the bag of treasure. I followed him into his room. He was stuffing the pink bag under his bed. "Get back in the bathroom, twerp." "What about the treasure?" "Go. Start the water running. You'll blow the whole deal." I didn't want to go, but I did. And I locked the bathroom door, too. I didn't need his help. I'd take my own bath. By the time the tub was full and I was splashing around in it with my submarine and baking powder frogman, the screaming had stopped, and Debbie was back in Dad's chair in front of the TV, watching another show. The doorknob jiggled. Sam whispered, "Harry, let us in." I ignored him. Tom told him to move, and the knob jiggled again. All of the bedroom and bathroom doors in our house locked by pushing the knob in and turning it. There were no keys, but Mom and Dad could unlock them by sticking a 10-penny nail into the hole on the outside knob. Tom had his own patented method, his belt buckle. He had the bathroom door open in no time, and the four of them piled into the room. Sam stayed by the door as lookout. Mary went right for the pile of toilet paper on the floor. "Look at this. Mom's going to be mad." Kate sat on the toilet seat, helping Mary ruin my teepee tower. If you ask me, it doesn't look like a bag of treasure. Tom dropped the bag on the bath mat. "It looks like a gym bag, but I already told you that's what makes it the perfect hiding place. No one expects to find treasure there." "Treasure!" The frogman dove beneath the sub and pulled it to the bottom, taking all the treasure for himself. Mean old submarine people, they didn't want to share. Sam spun around. "Open it, geez, Tom, come on. I think I just heard the garage door." "Give me a break. I had to make sure it wasn't booby-trapped." Tom unzipped the bag and looked inside. Kate was becoming more like Mom every day in the way she could stretch some words upwards at the end. "Well?" "Well," I repeated, letting go of the sub. It popped up, broke the surface, and shot into the air, splashing again when it fell back into the tub. The frogman caught it by the tail and dragged it back to the bottom. He was having fun with the meanies. They were all getting seasick. Tom rooted around in the bag. He didn't look happy. "Pink shorts, pink tennis shoes, pink shirt." "That's a blouse, not a shirt." Mary pointed with a fistful of paper. He rooted around in the bag some more, but came up with nothing. "It's all just girl junk. Where's the treasure?" "Treasure!" The frogman let go of the sub again. This time it splashed Tom. He was bad. "Cut it out, Harry." Was there anything else in the car? Kate asked. I told you it was dark and some goons showed up. Who? I don't know. I had to douse the light, but there were at least 3 of them, and they were big. But they didn't find the car? Tom shook his head. Kate smiled at me, and I ducked behind the tub wall. She looked back at Tom. I'll bet they're the ones who stole the car. I wonder where they came back. They must have left something behind. She peekabooed me, and I dived for cover underwater. But whatever it is, it's not in the bag. We need to give that car the once-over. Tom had already come to that conclusion. So, you changed your mind about telling Mom and Dad? Maybe. We should at least find out more about it. Sam gave us the cut sign. Mom and Dad were coming up the steps with Debbie. I shouted, "Treasure!" once more for good measure, before Tom grabbed the sub and shushed me. Rig for silent running, Ensign. Aye, aye, Captain. I gave him my best salute. Finally, he was ready to play, or so I thought. I was wrong. Tom pulled the plug on the tub, and it began to drain. He grabbed the toilet paper from Kate and Mary and stuffed it into the bag with the pink lady's clothes. I stood up, and Mary and Kate smothered me in towels. Sam went to work mopping the deck. By the time our parents opened the bathroom door, Sam was brushing his teeth, Mary and Kate were getting me dressed in my pajamas, and Tom was looking out the back window. While Mom gave us all big hugs and kisses, Dad checked the back window too, making sure we hadn't thrown any of Mom's smelly guest soaps into the bushes. He looked at Tom. Nothing broken? Tom shook his head. No, sir. Everything okay? Yes, sir. No monkey business? No, sir. So, it's all right if I take a look around back after I go downstairs? Tom didn't answer. Dad lifted Tom's flashlight out of his back pocket. You don't mind if I borrow this, do you? Mom picked up my clothes. Harry, dear, there won't be any dirt left in the woods to play in if you keep bringing it inside with you. Behind the toilet, built into the wall, was a small access door to a laundry chute. It was one of the neatest things in the house. You threw your dirty stuff into it at the top, and it all magically came out clean at the bottom. It was a wonder of modern science. Mom opened it and tossed in my shirt. It didn't go down very far. She shook her head. Oh my, I guess tomorrow is laundry day again. Dad looked puzzled and came closer to the chute. Didn't you do laundry just the other day, Helen? Treasure! Breaking free of my sisters, I snatched my dirty pants from Mom and ran to my room. They all came after me, but they were too late. I had already emptied my pockets onto the nightstand. Look, Mom. I showed her my day's find. Lots of rare rocks, gold doubloons, precious gems, pieces of 8, all kinds of neat things to add to my bottom drawer collection. She patted me on the head. They're very pretty, dear, and to think I almost threw them in the laundry. Just make sure you wash them off before you put them in with the others. Now, let's say prayers. It's time for bed. Since we were all there, I asked if we could say prayers together. We didn't do that often, and when we did, it was nice. Afterwards, Mom and Dad went downstairs to see Debbie out. Mary and Kate wandered off to their room. Tom offered to take care of my dirty pants. Nice Huck Finn, he said, before turning out our light and closing the door behind him. In the darkness, the cicadas sang to us from the woods, like they did many late summer nights before it became too cold, and they went away until next year. The night air brought with it the smell of rain and the promise of puddles for the walk to school tomorrow. Sam and I heard Tom go into the bathroom, retrieve the pink lady's bag, and sneak back to his room. He had hidden it in one of the neatest places in the house, where we all dumped our dirty clothes, and sometimes our secrets.